What's going on, guys? My name is Moise, and today we are diving into the wild history of Hytale, from its humble beginnings as a dream project by the Hypixel team, to the massive hype, the Riot Games acquisition, to years of delays and even its cancellation. But then against all odds, Simon and the original founders fought to get its rights back, and they somehow did it. And now Hytale is officially reborn to its original vision. So let's just break down how Hytale started, how it fell apart, how it was saved, and what we can expect from its upcoming release. Before Hytale became one of the most anticipated block games, before the delays, the acquisition, the cancellation, and the miracle comeback, it all started with a server. Back in 2015, the Hypixel team, the people behind the world's biggest Minecraft server, were facing a real big problem. They were creating huge content, massive minigame networks, custom mobs, insane maps, but all lived inside of someone else's game. And as Minecraft's rules changed, especially the EULA updates that hit monetized servers, the team realized something important. If they wanted creative freedom, and if they wanted long-term stability, they needed their own world, their own engine, and their own game. So the founders took a massive gamble. They stepped away from being just a Minecraft server and formed Hypixel Studios. What was the mission? To build a new game from the ground up. One that captured the creativity of a sandbox block game, but pushed it way beyond what Minecraft's engine could handle. Fast forward to December 13th, 2018. Brand new trailer drops on YouTube, and the internet absolutely explodes. That trailer showed everything players have been dreaming of: a sandbox world with RPG elements, procedurally generated biomes, dungeons, mobs, cinematics, tools for creators, modding support, and even filmmaking features. Man, this game had everything. It looked like Minecraft and an adventure RPG had a AAA baby. The hype was instant. The trailer shot up tens of millions of views, content creators were going wild, subreddits were popping off, and everybody, literally everyone, including myself, was signing up for the beta. In the span of a few weeks, Hytale went from some indie project to one of the most anticipated upcoming games in the world. But this was only the beginning, because with huge hype comes a huge pressure. And Hytale's story was about to get a lot more complicated. As we've just explained, massive hype comes with massive expectations. The tiny team at Hypixel Studios suddenly needed funding, staff, support, and a way to bring this dream into something that's shippable. Enter Riot Games. The ones that are responsible for large titles such as League of Legends and Valorant officially acquired Hypixel Studios on April 16th of 2020. It was huge. With Riot's backing, Hytale now had the resource to become a full-scale, potentially industry-shifting title. For the first time, the developers had stability, but with that came something else. Much bigger goals. Under Riot, Hytale expanded. A complete engine rewrite, plans for PC, consoles, and maybe even mobile, cross-play support, large teams, larger budgets, and larger expectations. And with every new milestone, the timeline slipped further and further. Years had passed. The game changed engines, the scope ballooned, timelines became blurry, updates became so sparse. Even in 2023, they released 2 new updates. Behind the scenes, Hytale was struggling under its own ambition. By 2024 to 2025, the new engine, the one meant to bring Hytale to every platform, caused more and more problems than it solved. Development slowed to a crawl, the vision kept shifting, and internally the team knew the truth. The game that they were building was just not working. And then the news that nobody expected to hit. On June 23rd, 2025, Riot had announced the cancellation of Hytale and the winding down of Hypixel Studios. After 10 years of work, the dream was dead. Or at least it looked dead. Players were devastated, creators were shocked. The industry merely just accepted it as another overambitious project lost to time. But one special person was not ready to let this go. Simon Collins LaFlamme, co-founder of Hypixel, wasn't going to watch his own creation disappear. After the cancellation, he and the original founders began a long, complicated process to buy back Hytale from Riot. It wasn't simple, I'm sure it wasn't cheap, and most of all, the team had already scattered. But on November 17th, 2025, something unbelievable had happened. Hypixel successfully reacquired 100% of the rights to Hytale. The game wasn't dead, it was reborn like a phoenix from the ashes. Over 30 former developers were rehired immediately. More were invited back, and the studio became fully independent. No publishers, no investors, no shareholders, just the original team and their original vision. Within the overambitious engine rewrite abandoned, the team returned to the legacy Hytale engine, the one the original trailer was made on. This move had cut the scope back to reality and brought development back to life. And finally, after a decade of chaos, Hytale got its first release date. Early access launches January 13th, 2026. This early access build will focus on exploration mode, creativity mode, modding tools, and custom servers. The adventure mode and minigames will come later, once the foundation of the game is stable. The developers warn players this early version won't be perfect. It'll be buggy, unfinished, and rough around the edges, but it will be playable, and that is way more than Hytale fans have had for years. Simon and the team committed to funding and supporting Hytale for at least 10 years, entirely independently. No publishers, no outside investors, just passion. From a Minecraft server, to a global hype phenomenon, to a cancelled dream, to a miracle revival, Hytale's story is one of the wildest journeys in gaming history. And for now, for the first time, the adventure is finally about to begin. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. If you have enjoyed this, please consider subscribing. Your support helps the channel grow and lets me make more videos like this. If you do want to see me play Hytale, I'll be streaming its release next year over at twitch.tv/moist_protocol, or if you just want to say hi, please do so. I love having a chat with anyone that comes by Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday streams. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!